All right, Taurus. So this week from Le Vampire, you pulled free will, sovereignty, independence, and free spirit. And then from Chakra Wisdom, you pulled forgiveness, which this is a really powerful message. I mean, looking at it, it looks really simple, but it's not always that way. Now, with free will, the blessing here talks about not going against the free will of others by, still being able to achieve what you want, but not by forcing anybody to do something that would be against their free will. But the working with this card is the most important part. It says, remind yourself of your own dreams and desires and of the purpose that has asked to be expressed through you. Activate your ability to say yes and no without guilt and without fear. It is safe and easy for you to express and act upon your free will, but your free will is going to determine where your forgiveness is going this time. Now, forgiveness. What I love about this is the quote for this card. It says, you never forgive others, only ourselves for having judged them. The inspiration says that this card's true essence lies in not harboring resentment. It's about transcending forgiveness because of being able to focus on your intention, not on the pain. The personal question says, this may be a time of family healing. Can I forgive myself for loving people who hurt me? The key ideas are wishes fulfilled, holding on to dreams, past wounding, and then the keywords are belonging, self-forgiveness, and fulfillment. But looking at the two of them, it's to me, it's deep, right? You have your own free will. You have the ability to change whatever circumstances are going on around you based on how you act upon your free will. You can choose to do the forgiveness that needs to be done for yourself or for others, or you can choose not to. But forgiveness is going to be something that's going to have to come from you. And again, it's up to you, right? And your ability to act on your free will. All right, Taurus, here we go. Here's the energy coming through. Oh boy, getting right to the point, the Two of Cups. So this is going to have to do with a relationship. And again, because of forgiveness, this could have to do with a family relationship. It could have to do with a romantic relationship. But this is going to be the main issue for this week. And this, you guys are not the only ones. This seems to be coming up quite a bit for a lot of the signs. Relationships are going to be important. But again, your free will is going to determine, what happens within a relationship as well. And in the past, wow, the Queen of Swords. Now, I kind of get the feeling for both. It's not as strong as what Aries was, because Aries pulled the same thing here. For some of you, this is the energy surrounding you. You've been through some shit in the past. You may be a little harsh coming out of it because of it. But you're cutting through the bullshit here. Now, on the other hand, for some of you, you may be dealing with an air sign, and it can be male or female, being a general reading here. But seeing her presence in the Two of Cups is suggesting that there are difficulties within a relationship. Ugh, in the present, the Devil. Now, some of you may be dealing with a relationship, and again, this can be family, this can be romantic, whatever this relationship is. I think that some of you are like in a really difficult relationship. The Devil is saying that for some of you, you may feel trapped in this, or you may be continuing to go along with a difficult relationship because you think it's comfortable. It's what you know. But there may be some things going on within a relationship that need to be released, not just on your side, but on the other person's side as well. Looking at the Devil, right? The Devil strips us of hope, And again, it is a difficult relationship, and there are things in the relationship that do not look good in the present moment with the Devil being there. Very nice. Whew. Whew. So, the Star. There's going to be healing, and there's going to be healing within a relationship. It looks good. It's just right now, things may look really bad. And it's not good. There are things that not only you are going to have to release yourself from, but the other person is going to have to let go of too. And once you do that, you're looking at a return of hope. Hope and healing, and hope for the future within a relationship. Man, Taurus. All right. Oh, your best path to follow. Listen, please listen. When I see this here, this is suggesting that there is a painful ending. Something is, you're going through the end of a cycle right now that's going to have to do with a relationship. For a lot of you, this could be the ending of a relationship. And again, you know, it just depends here, looking at the Two of Cups. But when the Ten of Swords is in this position, you have to let go of it. You are being released now. The worst is over with, right? It's time to get up. You have to get up now. You know, you have to let go of the things that are ending. Because I'm telling you, with the Devil sitting there, this is something that has to be done with. It has to be done with in order for you to start moving into this healing energy here. But this is difficult looking at the two. But again, I get the feeling here that it's like Spirit's acknowledging this is going to be a really painful ending here. But you're moving into clarity. And not only that, but you're moving into healing as well. In your environment, the Knight of Cups. Man. Yeah. All right. So because the Knight of Cups is connected with the Devil here, you know, this may be somebody who is, you know, making this offering here, but, you know, not being true to their word, basically, when you're looking at the Devil. And, you know, I'm looking at this situation where there is a difficult relationship, possibly with another person here. You have the Knight of Cups where, you know, there's this offering here of like love and romance and an emotional connection, definitely. But it's not worthy of you. It's not worthy of you. You know, and then on the other hand here too, when you're looking at the Queen of Swords as the past coming through and talking about her dealing with past pain, you know, it could be that because of the Star sitting here, for some of you, there may be things from the past that you're going to need to let go of before you can accept any kind of an emotional offering. And that may be why the Ten of Swords is here. You know, it just depends. But it looks good as far as the Star connecting here. Here it looks a little iffy just because of the connection with the Devil. But then on the other hand, if there is an offering being made here, I think that there is potential for healing within a relationship, but there are things that need to be released. Some bad things that are going to have to be let go of first before you can start moving into this healing energy. Your hopes and your fears, the Knight of Swords. Now, looking at that for me, it's almost like the Knight of Swords, first of all, is, you know, he's moving quickly. He has something to say. He's delivering it in a really harsh manner, and, you know, you're going to listen to it no matter what. And it may be that there are some things that you need to communicate here. It's just that you need to be careful about the way that you're communicating. Now, on the other hand, as far as like an action goes, you need to be careful about doing things, you know, too quickly or being too hasty. You don't want to make any quick decisions. You know, I think that some of you may fear acting a little bit rash because of what you've been through in the past and what you're facing in the present moment that you have to release yourself from. But then, you know, there's also the feeling here of like the energy picking up and things starting to move a little bit quickly. But the thing is when you're looking at the Devil, if you're looking to get away from this and start moving into that healing energy, you're going to have to work through some things. You know, I would be careful about rushing too quickly off and not really dealing with the things that have to be dealt with. And the only reason why I say that is because of the Ten of Swords being here. You know, be careful with your communication, especially within a relationship. But damn it, if there's something you need to say, you're going to have to say it and you're going to need to voice it. Especially if there are things that you're hanging on to that you know are bad for you. And that may be where the release is coming in for some of you too, looking at the Star underneath it. Wow, Taurus. Oh, and then the outcome. Look at it. Look at it. So now the King of Cups has been showing up a lot for me here lately. And I'm telling you, it's funny. I think that for some of you, there may be a connection here with Aries and Taurus just because I'm looking at these again. But, for some of you, this is either you coming out or the other person here, or you may be dealing with two different people. But there is an energy here where there is some control over emotions. And a beautiful emotional balance within a relationship. The way it connects for your outcome looks really good. It really does. There may be some difficulties in accepting some healing offerings here if you've been through difficulties. But again, Spirit's trying to tell you here that this is over with. It's over with. These bad things are done with now. There is no reason why you can't move forward with hope within a relationship connected to possibly this King of Cups. And again, male or female, and you're looking at water here. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Because the messenger, he's got the messenger out, right? The Wheel of Fortune, so a new cycle, possibly dealing with a person here that you may have had a lot of difficulties with before. But the Wheel of Fortune is saying, especially with the star, that good things are happening now. Good things are happening right now within a relationship, and it looks really good. But there needs to be, a release here as far as things that you're going to have to communicate. I think with the Knight of Swords, I would just be careful about, making any rash choices and being too direct with communication. But again, damn it, if there's something you have to say, you're going to have to say it, But ultimately, you're looking at healing. You're looking at healing. Flourish. Oh, the third eye and abundance. Very nice. Very nice. The third eye, being able to clearly visualize what you're wanting here. That's amazing. It's amazing. I like the energy just because to me it's saying that you're allowing yourself to see, things better, and there's the potential here for you to flourish, and there's abundance as well. Now the sixth chakra, this is about your intuition as well, that intuitive intelligence, your insight, and the only way that this is ever blocked is by illusions. But I think that that's what you're releasing yourself from here, and that is why the third eye is starting to open for you. And you're flourishing. There's abundance of healing and hope and beautiful things happening within a relationship. It looks good. Oh, children, your love life is being affected by children. So for some of you, unfortunately, children may be involved in this situation. As far as like the devil goes, it can be that, and I don't want to make it sound like the children are a bad thing, right? And it's preventing you from having a relationship. No, I think that for some of you, you need to release some things so that the children aren't affected by any new relationships that you're getting into. Now, on the other hand, it could just be that you have children or they have children or you're wanting children. Maybe somebody doesn't, whatever it is. Oh, true love. Very nice. Very, very nice. So even though children are a factor in this, there's still true love here. There are just some things that you're going to have to release yourself from looking at the devil. And I really do think that, this could be a second go around here too. Playfulness to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. Very nice. So now is the time to be playful. When you start getting rid of that junk that's holding you back here with the devil, you get to a point here where, playfulness is open. That youthful energy, can start being a part of this new cycle within this relationship. But I'm telling you, the timing is right here. The timing is right for some healing involving your relationship. Whether you're dealing with a person or whether you're getting better control over your emotions here, whatever it is, it looks really good. It's just that, there are things that you're going to have to let go of here before you can see the wheel start to turn here for you in terms of your relationships. But again, the star, healing, healing and hope. All right, Taurus, so you guys got straight to the point on this one. This is having to do with a relationship. And, it's funny because looking at free will and forgiveness, to me, the energy was so powerful between the two. It's going to be up to you here. There are things that you may have to forgive. And that may be why some of you are coming in here with the Queen of Swords. And then looking at the Devil and the Ten of Swords, there's something that has to be let go of. And it's going to be really up to you. Are you going to forgive somebody for having put you through a really difficult situation? But, there needs to be release there. But you ultimately move into some really beautiful energy here. Whether you're dealing with a person that you're having a second go around with, or you're getting control of your emotions, things are starting to work in your favor here, definitely with the Star being there in terms of your relationships. And it looks great. Now, with the Knight of Cups being attached to the Devil, for some of you, yeah, it may have to do with, some bad things in a relationship, dealing with jealousy. But then on the other hand, because of where the Ten of Swords came out here, I think that for some of you, if there's like an offering here, again, going back to free will and forgiveness, it's going to be up to you on whether or not you're going to forgive this person and accept that offering and start moving forward within a relationship. But I think that for some of you, there's something that you need to say, right? I wouldn't act too quickly on anything here. But damn it, again, if there's something that you have to say based on what you've been through, then they need to know, right? That may be where the healing starts to come in, is where, you start doing some communication, but you have to be careful about how you do it. Now, the amazing part here is flourish, abundance, and the third eye opening. That is amazing. There is no reason why there can't be, this abundance that flourishes within a relationship. And with your third eye opening, you're getting a better understanding of your situation involving a relationship, especially with the difficulties surrounding it. Because again, it's like Spirit's acknowledging here that there's some painful shit, right? But you're going to have to let go of that. And again, it goes back to your free will. Now, for those of you who are single, children and true love. No matter who has children, where children come into play here, there's still true love involved in this situation, which is good, which is really good, especially if you've ended a relationship with somebody and they may be popping back up again, because the Wheel of Fortune, another cycle happening, another go around, and it may have to do with that person. Now, for those of you who are in a relationship, there's some healing going on within that relationship for sure. And things are starting to change. And once they do, and once you're able to release anything negative that happened and do that forgiving, whether it's forgiving yourself or forgiving the other person, playfulness is going to be important here, right? Get playful, have fun. If you've gotten through the worst of a situation or relationship, now it's time to start acting, lighthearted about it. Because if you're really going through that healing, there's no reason to ever hang on to anything negative again, especially if you're, wiping the slate clean, so to speak, here and moving forward with a relationship. But you do look really good coming out. I kind of feel iffy a little bit about the Knight of Cups, but again, with the Wheel of Fortune connected to the Star and then seeing the King of Cups, all three of these look really good. There's no reason why you can't have that abundance that flourishes within your relationship.